Welcome to yet another episode of
Featuring.
We there? It was coming. It's coming.
Okay, it's been a minute. Okay.
It's a MAGYALDEM edition.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to another exciting episode of the whole 9 years 2.0. And guess who's back?
MAGYALDEM.
Yeah, I got a couple of texts asking me where MAGYALDEM are at. Sikuwa nimewaambia, sikuwa nataka kiburi ingie. And there's a special someone that asked for Sue. So nataka kuongelesha back.
I had gone, but I am back. We can continue.
Alitisha commission yenye hatuwezi raise.
Pesa kidogo anaanza kucharge.
Anyway, today's episode, as you can see from the title, we are discussing the lessons we've learned from our 20s so far. I don't think we can speak for everyone, but feel very free to comment down below if you agree with us, if there's something else you've learned as well. Let's engage. Lazima tujengane hii dunia, you know. All right, so enjoy.
Parents. I feel like hit 20, that's when you see your parents growing older. Like you look at your mom, unaona more white hair. You look at your dad, anatembea sijui aje. They're growing older. Like if you're primary, you wouldn't see that. If you're high school, you're a rebel. But if you grow up, you see it. I think unafaa spend more time with them because time is moving.
Yeah.
And be more patient with them.
Oh yeah.
And generally people older than you. You know when you were kids, kulikuwa na adults and kids.
Yes, actually kuna the line.
Yeah.
Hata mkienda sherehe mnaambia
watoto waende. But siku hizi you're actually in the meetings.
Yeah.
You're kwa zile za guy. I'm allowed to listen to this conversation. Yeah. For me, still in that line, I think I'd say the pressure that comes with the 20s. Not gonna lie, there's pressure, but then most of it is very self-inflicted type of pressure. So Nile, you're like, let me tell you guys, before I hit 20, I was so scared because I was like, gosh, I'm now 20, which means I'm finishing school, which means very soon I'll be getting married, which means I'll be getting kids, I'll be moving out, all those things. And there's like a system in your head. So the more you move into your 20s, the more these things you realize, oh wait, I think zingine too, they were from within more than they really are. I think the other day we were having a conversation with Mune. Nikimwambia how you expect that maybe at this time, the age we are in, you've moved out. But funny enough, I don't think any of us mzazi amekwambia you have 1 month or 3 months remaining to move. So I think just realizing that most of this pressure is it's from within more than the actual thing.
I think there's no script to it.
Right.
Like you're 20,
or
not at all.
You'll go to campus, you'll move out, you'll get your kids, you'll get a job.
Qua ground.
No.
Life doesn't work like that.
I think now in addition to that, it's for me, I think one of the greatest lessons I've learned is you will question everything. You're like, oh my goodness, should I go for this job? Should I quit? You question your friends, you question your family, you question every decision you make because your life is literally in your hands. You just, I don't even know, you keep second guessing yourself, you keep putting pressure upon yourself. It's just but lazima ikuwe personal. Lazima you take yourself through that journey of understanding this is how I deal with stress, this is how I deal with this, and this is how I have to overcome it.
Mine's in line with hers about pressure. So what my 20s have taught me is to enjoy your life. Like, don't be that person who Monday to Friday you're at work, Saturday and Sunday unaosha nguo. Like just enjoy life.
In the meme for
Saturday
just enjoy your life. I saw it on Just Ivy's and Ben Psycho's podcast. They're talking about, like, as much as we're always talking about money, how to plan for it, you have to just make sure you enjoy your life.
Right.
Don't waste your youth growing up.
Right.
Hey, facts. Oh, I like that line.
Love, don't be afraid to do something. Just you'd rather do it, fail. You still have a bit of more time.
For sure.
Yeah,
For
just
sure.
do it, do it. Ukona time ya experiment.
Yeah, like get out of your comfort zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, because you get so comfortable. You get so comfortable and then time just moves fast, you guys.
Eh,
Me, I'm just like last thing
Uko mid-20s.
I'm like an emphasis on that your life is literally in your hands. See, like to make you have but that's why you need to make sure you enjoy.
Yeah.
Do the most of what you want to do. Like do things that bring you happiness, that bring you genuine joy and good vibes. Because it's in your hands. Whatever decisions you make.
It's
They're usually in your hand.
and
all
I've seen
for
so
you.
many people, like young people, passing on this year and last year, and it's just like,
Like 20s.
yeah, like you just hope they actually enjoyed those 20 years God gave them.
Right.
Yeah.
Before they
And us,
left.
we don't know how long we'll be here for, so might as well
That's too
be.
short.
Asi atuendo kupiga sherehe. Ka sherehe si yako ni sawa.
Yeah, there's different kinds of
Hey,
fun.
maybe you like going. Maybe you wanna go climb Mount Longonot. Go ahead and do that.
There's cheap kinds of fun.
It is
Very
affordable.
true.
Yeah.
Kinds of fine, yeah.
Mental health in your 20s.
For sure.
Yeah.
What about it? What about mental health?
I think you need to make time for yourself. Like you need to tend to yourself.
It's very crucial. Like mental
Yeah.
health. There's a
Yeah.
lot going on in your 20s.
Yeah.
In your minds.
And I realized
Ah,
things like
it's
anxiety
dependent.
and worry, you're not taking care of yourself. Like you need to listen to your body and just
Like find an outlet. If you like to vent, if you like to cry, if you like always, because the more you keep things in, more just keep.
Yeah.
Yani, find a way to if you like to journal, find an outlet for yourself, and make sure you rest. You can never be productive enough if you're not resting as well.
That's true.
I also think in your 20s, they were saying when you were a kid, there was literally a line, adults and kids. But when you're in your 20s, now you realize that you're really an adult. So
You're
that's
part
the
of the
age.
adults.
Yeah, you realize that your friends are getting married. You're like, hiya.
Where's my
Hiya.
boyfriend?
That's my age mate. Where's my boyfriend? Your friends are getting kids.
Yeah.
Some are, moving out. Others are going abroad. So, I mean, there's all these things. But like Iran is saying, let them not get to you.
Yeah.
Just take your time. You're only 21s. You're only this age bracket once in your life. So with every age that you are, make sure you live a day at a time.
Yeah.
Usikubali pressure.
Right.
Yeah.
And with that, you should also not get into the habit of comparing yourself with other people. Because one of my favorite songs, J. Cole's Love Yours, he says that there's no such thing as a better life than yours. Like there'll always be someone with a better car, better house, and worse.
someone with a worse,
worse.
yeah.
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 So don't just look at people's lives and see the outside and think they're perfect. There's no such thing as a life that's better than yours.
Yeah. There's this thing, it's a quote I saw. It said, "You're the youngest and the oldest you'll ever be." That's why even right now when someone says, "Oh my gosh, you're 20 wife," I'm just like, or someone says, "You're
First
this,"
of all,
it's like right? I remember when I told someone that, then it was an older person. He was just clocking his 40s.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh my gosh, 25 is so young."
Yeah.
I'm like, "It is?"
Bro, please.
I'm like, "It is."
Friends think I'm old.
Right?
Yeah.
No, my siblings look at me like, "You're what?" So it's like honestly, whenever you're at, like, just tunarudiana. Okay, we're doing all these points, but just go with your pace because you're literally the youngest and the oldest you'll ever be. You look back and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I was 21 just the other day." I miss being 21 and being in second year or whatever and not caring in the world. So you have to live like you have to live every moment as is, because
For sure. I feel like just 20s is your year of, rather, in your 20s, it's your time to experiment.
Yeah.
People say life begins at 30. So within this 20, amua, do I want to work? Do I want to go back to school? Do I want to
the business.
start a business here because I don't want to be employed? Try all these things. I think Sue said, don't be afraid of failure. And I think that was my theme for this year. Do it afraid. So whether I'm going back to do my master's, if I'm able to, afford it, nenda. Ukijaribu kwa ikatai, songa, go the other one ama pia wacha. Kazi ukiingia, like, don't be afraid. Once and it's the same thing even with jobs. You're in a job, you're not even comfortable. Maybe you're being bullied, you're being harassed, but you're like, I can't quit.
I have to do this. My mom said.
Yeah, as in tumetoka kwa my mom said. Do you get? Now we are making decisions about ourselves, but don't be afraid to, make mistakes. Tuanguke tuaki.
You can't know unless you try.
Yeah, you can't know unless you try.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, this feels like a therapy session.
I also feel like change is inevitable in your 20s.
Yeah.
In terms of friendship, in terms of relationships, jobs, whatever you want to do, change. So you should be ready.
Hey, you said that.
Hata marafiki, like your friends from campus, not even kitambo. Your friends from campus. Most of them are not your friends right now. Yeah.
And it's okay.
It's fine, yeah. You move on, you change.
Yeah.
Ukienda kazi, you get new friends. Into a new...
But it also comes with a lot of maturity. I guess it's at this point mtu anakuambia squeezy Sue doesn't even talk to me.
I have a friend that deleted the number like squeezy Sue kubizi upatikani squeezy Sue.
But that's okay.
But it's true.
The thing is,
then they'll start saying you got a job, so now yeah.
Oh my god, the whole job. I don't know, but they just pick the negative people in your life and just
trash them.
As in, see mass.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way. I'm thriving in something, and you're telling me, hey, ever since you started Nini, ever since I'm like, boy, we don't need that kind of negativity.
Yeah.
Why would you be mad that I'm working? Why
This
would
is
you
your
be
friend.
mad?
You're supposed to be happy for them.
Yeah.
With regards to friendship, I've learned about grace in friendships. And I was talking to my friend and I was telling her, like, we're not going to get married to each other. So, like, yes, we're friends. Like, when you're marrying someone, then yes, your basic principles have to be the same. But if we're friends and let's say I've noticed Monique has, like, this negative trait, like, that shouldn't, like, cutting off people is just doesn't make sense to me. Because you have something to pick from each and every one of your friends. So why are you cutting someone off because of one cut trait of hers?
Oh, so you'd rather embrace that trait, or you'd rather correct?
I'll correct you, but it's not a reason for me to say it now because Monique has anger issues. I'm never going to talk to her again. No. She's just my friend. I see you like what once in 2 weeks. Yeah.
But I think
But that one.
It depends with the trait that you.
Yeah.
Some things you just cut.
The other, because let me tell you, I was on some live with a friend of mine. We talking about friends and finances, and I think last year was the first time I actually had an experience of, because I hang on to people and things and memories.
Yeah.
So every time you keep giving chances and chances, I think because I'm too emotional with every decision I make, which is something I need to work on. Yeah. But it got to a point where I was like, okay, I'm genuinely just tired. I can't. Because it's someone I knew like since we were 14, like upper Form 1, Form 2-ish. So it was just, we were good, and then it got to a point I'm like, it's always you. It's always, I'm like, I couldn't. And then it wasn't even in a negative. Oh my gosh, there's a time, I think around 2016 there's a time like we honestly talked about it and it didn't end well. We didn't talk for months. Then we met up again, I tried to live with it until I was like, I'm tired.
So I guess it depends
it's
on
something,
yeah, because speaking of that, I also have a friend who now she was the one experiencing what you're going through. So she's always giving. Alafu, most people who wanapeana, especially money, it's so hard to ask
for it.
Ask for it. So it has figured a point the person was clinging with their money, but hawaezi and akumshow, hey, by the way, you are supposed to give me back. So I get what you say. Amukimwambia mnakosana. So it's a very it's
right.
I feel like we should even discuss money.
We should talk friends and finances should be an next episode.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, yeah.
Money is so tricky, like,
and friends.
Wow.
Yeah.
Be careful, guys.
Both money and friends are
it's so tricky.
Like you put them together,
oh my god.
Do you know how stressful it is sometimes for a friend of yours to call you and say helpful 2,500, because at the back of your mind you know pesa harudishi. It's so stressful.
No, but that's like I'm saying tunafaa because I'm about to
because I'm like all right guys, that's all for today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for taking the time. Barikiwe sana. Please feel free to comment down below what your opinions are. Share this video with someone else who probably needs to hear this conversation. And if you had And if you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? Hutaki good vibes, beauty,
Hutaki.
brains, good vibes. Hutaki? If we join the club, please. All right, thank you. We'll see you on the next episode.
Bye.